Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey and welcome back for episode 9 of my modded Satisfactory playthrough here on YouTube. In this video we're heading out to the very edge of the Rocky Sands biome for a few coal deposits. A super easy spot for our first time steel setup makes the learning curve a bit more manageable. Unlocking water turbines will set us up for a good extra boost to our grid and get us closer to fully automated power. Thank you for all the support and help with the series so far. Let's get to playing games. Okay, now it's finally time to get to steel production. How about that? So many episodes in. Welcome back everybody. It's time once again to play a little bit of Satisfactory modded. I believe this is the last week before the launch of Satisfactory. So I'm sure everyone is super excited, super ready for a fresh restart in 1.0. I certainly know I am. I can't wait to start the journey with you guys on the 17th. But until then, we've got some Mark III conveyor belts and some water turbines and some steel production to take care of today. So those are pretty much the last few things in the tier 3, advanced logistics and hydroelectric power, both of which I automate everything for this right now. So that's kind of already ready, good to go. The basher we will go ahead and unlock towards probably the end of the episode today if I can get 2,500 steel screws produced. Maybe we'll just start the episode off next time with that. But that should at least finish off the entirety of tier 3 for us. And today is nothing too crazy, just taking care of, like I said, doing these unlocks, and then we're going to head on over to this little river split here. Is actually where there is plenty of coal, iron, like all sorts of stuff we can use. That's what we're going to be heading over to for our steel production today. I was originally planning on going all the way to the green fields because I was like, oh, just for old time's sake, why don't we head on over there? And then I realized that's really far, like really far away in comparison to just right here. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go with this one right here. A little spoiler alert, I may or may not be starting in the green fields in 1.0 anyway, so look forward to that. I was originally planning on starting in the Titan Forest, wherever it's called, like over here, but with the node changes they ended up making, not necessarily, they did change nodes here, but it's more about the node changes they made to green fields, and I was like, you know what? So it's our spot, man. It's where we gotta go. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop into grabbing what we need today for. I guess I could unlock jump pads too if I really wanted to. Just bang that one out right now. Okay, so I'm gonna fill that up, but just before we go, so I just want to look at what I need to go grab. I need to grab some lead plates, some brass plates, and some bronze frames. That'll give me the belts. Then quick wire, cable, rods, a lot of bronze. Luckily I have a lot of brass plates. I already have a lot of those ready to go. So I'm going to run around and grab a few of those. We'll go ahead and we'll send off the last one of here. I mean, why not? Just so we can say we got full completion. Tier 1 and 2. Look at that. So, ready to finish tier 3. Let's go grab the things we need. Like I said, lead plates, brass plates, bronze frames, all that good stuff. And then we'll meet back here. Oh, also while I'm over here at the brass factory, I wanted to show you guys thanks to the tips I got from the Discord, which, definitely if you're not in there yet, please come join us. I am usually asking for tips and or, we're helping other people out or getting inspiration or showing off builds or whatever you want to do. Talk about Satisfactory, talk about anything. Come hang out with us in the Discord. This is the how you deal with the molten slag. So we're not going to talk about still how ugly it is, but so you're bringing your molten slag into a fluid conditioner, and I forgot to hook up the actual carbon dioxide part of this build, so you actually have to add in a carbon dioxide diffusing thing on the end here. But so what happens is the molten slag goes in here, you get cold slag as a solid ingredient, and you also get sulfur. So I have a smart splitter over here that's going to take my sulfur, grab some slag for, because I try to do it too fast. I'm just grabbing sulfur here just so I don't have to go mine it. And then the cold slag is just going into the sink for now because I'm not really sure what else to do with it. Yeah, I just gotta add in the, whatever it's called, the CO2 chimney and a cooling platform. But yeah, that's how you deal with the molten slag if you were like me and trying to figure it out. It's just because you actually have to put the molten slag into the fluid conditioner before it actually tells you can do it. So that's all good to go now, and we can keep gathering up what we need, and we can get on out of here and get some new unlocks done. All right, I think we got everything we're gonna need now, so we can go ahead and load up for advanced logistics. We'll go ahead and throw everything in there that we're gonna need, just like that. And then before we send that off, we're going to also select hydroelectric power. I need to go grab more rods really quick. Okay, 1 second. Alright, rods acquired. Let's go. Why is it not showing as a suggested thing? Oh, it's steel rods. Okay, I actually haven't done that one yet. Okay, so we'll actually, I thought that was just because they were just the same color. I thought they were just the same as iron rods. Okay, so we're not going to do that one just yet. We'll do that one as, maybe we'll end the episode off with that one actually. So just number 3, just this one for now. We'll get that up and out of here. I don't think we actually need the Mark III conveyor belts for this build, but I mean, nice to have them anyway. Alright, it seems like I'm loaded up with everything I'm going to need here for my build list. We've got, and then make sure you can actually read that. We got 3 modular miners, 3 model mining heads, one, oh, that's incorrect. Probably gonna need more crushers and more sorters. Well, this is like a vague list because, like I said, I'm not 100% sure how this all works out. So yeah, 3 miners, 3 mining heads, 3 crushers, 3 sorters, a water extractor, a solidifier cooler, flexible blast furnace, air collectors, awesome sink, 5 constructors, cooling platform, steam cooling tower. Should be pretty much everything we need, and then, you know, some pipes and stuff. So we got all the sorts of things we're gonna need. So like I said, we're gonna be heading on over to this split over here. I'll meet you guys there when we meet back with you guys when we get there. All right, we're coming on down the hill here, right where I said, right by this little water horseshoe right here is pretty much where we're building, which is perfect. I can't use that water, the extractor, I don't think. But we should be able to use the water just on the other side of the island for this little project we're going to be working on. So we got our coal deposits right here. It looks like we actually got a few friends that we're going to have to deal with first. Give me 1 second for this. No problem. Alright. Did I hear another one? There's another one. Where'd he come from? Oh, he just must have ran past me when I wasn't looking. Okay, so we have 2 normal coal nodes here. I believe there are some pure ones a little further over into the actual green fields, but these are going to do fine. I think I'm going to be using 80 coal per minute, so I'm actually going to be using less than what both of these are going to be putting out, but that's okay. So I'm just going to throw together a quick little, I got a parachute too. I don't know if, I forgot to tell you guys about that between episodes. I unlocked the parachute. Just so I can, you know, get around a little bit easier. So I'm going to set up a nice little platform here. The other thing that we're going to be using today for steel production is some stereotype, which comes from right here. I just need to take out the actual node on top of it. And then there's another coal. This might be the pure coal node I was thinking about. Yeah, there's these 2 over here. There's a normal. This one might be normal too. Maybe they're all normal. But anyway, yeah, there's lots of coal over here to be used. So I'm just going to build a big platform. I'm going to kind of make it level, probably up there with that rock. And we'll bring the coal up from down below. I mean, same thing with the water. I'm just probably going to cover up this this kind of mound of land right here, and give ourselves a nice little working spot to go. All right, there we go. Get ourselves a nice monster-sized platform. Probably way more space than we're gonna need. Hopefully, I may have to add in some more. We'll see how this goes. So I got the miner up here on the stereotype, and then I got the 2 miners down here on the coal. So that's gonna give me a total of 120 coal, which I don't need that much, but that's okay. Actually, can I even make use of that much coal? Let's find out. Okay, so I technically can't use all the coal. I mean, there's technically more coal to be used, but I can't use all 120 coal that just yet, until I can either overclock this miner, or I can expand it to bring in more stereotype from somewhere, because we need, I believe, more crushed iron than I can actually put out from here. Let me just double check my math one more time, and then we'll kind of be able to know for sure. All right, I got it. So checking my math, I can sort of. So I'm gonna be just a little bit short on the stereotype. Like I need to be bringing in like just a little bit more, so I can get enough pure iron or crushed iron out of it to mix with the coal. Like, cause you got to make molten iron to mix with the coal to make the steel. Like it's a bit of a complicated process, but we're gonna get it figured out here. So I am going to get my belts hooked up here. I'm going to bring the line of 120 iron, or 120 crushed stereotype, or the stereotype has to go into a crush, so that we'll have to set up our normal like crusher sorter setup there. And then I'm assuming these will just, yeah, these send up coal, and I don't have to send these through a crusher or a sorter or anything, so that's nice. We can get these hooked up to power, and we'll get this hooked up. We'll probably just put 2 lifts up the side here. We'll get everything mixed on the bottom floor here. And then we'll start setting up our crusher sorter. I definitely didn't need 3 crusher, like all the multiple things, but, you know, better safe than sorry, right? All right, it's a whole new day, and we can now start in on I got my coal coming up that side. I got the stereotype right here. So we're going to go from here. Needs to be a crusher. We'll put in the crusher right here and line it up with the belt here. There we go. So that's going to be crushed stereotype. And then from there, I want a sorter. So up on top of here. Throw in our sorter. Alright, sorry to skip ahead on you guys, but I realized I had to make a change. Instead of merging those together, you actually need to send 2 lines, because it's 60 each, so you need a crusher for each line. And then from there, you're going to feed those 2 crushers into the one sorter, giving you 120 crushed stereotype per minute, which is going to give us 150 crushed iron per minute. And then on the back here, I just kind of merged it together with the extra crushed stone here on the back. So I haven't dealt with that yet. And then I also need to bring in the 100 water that this is going to require. So I'm just going to cut through that really quick. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, we're just going to throw down a water extractor, literally down right there, wherever it will let me put one. And then we can kind of continue on our little setup here. Alright, so jumping ahead, I actually needed 2 water extractors because I forgot that water extractors here only give you 60 per minute. So I got one doing 60, one down clock doing 40, give me a total of 100 per minute, getting pumped up there by my 2 water pumps along the side. That's all hooked up to power now, so now we've got water feeding into the system up there, and we can move on and carry on with our molten. I think next step is the molten iron production. So yeah, while we're waiting for the water to arrive, we can go ahead and get started on the molten iron section of this build. So these are going to be this puts out 150 per minute, and that's going to feed, for now, I think it's only 2 blast furnaces. So one there and one there. Then we'll select the molten iron. Same thing for this one. So where does the molten iron, where does the iron come out of? The crushed stereotype, I mean. Or crushed iron, that's what I'm looking for. Actually, technically they just come out of both sides. So this can give me 150. And I only need 120, so how can I maybe make this a little bit better? Oh, there we go. So if we set it to 80%, you do 80 and 40, give you 120, which is perfect for the other side, which means we can actually downclock the water. So I need to 80, so we can take off another 20 there. Might as well just set them both to 40. And then we can go back here. We can adjust this in the build too. We can have this only output, what is it? 96. So 96 divided by 2. It's 48. So if we go 48 here. So basically we're just turning everything to 80% so far, from what I can tell. And that means I only need 48 and 48. Which is 96, obviously. And I can't downclock that, so it just is what it is. But at least that'll be fully... like, nothing through here will get backed up now. Sounds like water is almost here. Hopefully it has enough head lift to get up and over that. Worst case scenario, I have to throw an extra little pump on there. But anyway, that now means what we're going to do, because this isn't going to come out evenly, I don't think. I think it's going to send out more to one side than the other. We're going to have to do this stupid thing that I don't like doing, where I have to make it merge together and then split it apart again. There we go. Literally merge to split them again, but that's just because, as far as I know, they won't come out evenly. And that's fine. That's not a big deal. So those are ready to go now. That means this is now ready to be plugged in and start making us the crushed, or the molten iron. So we'll be able to take the molten iron out of one of these, and then the molten slag comes out of the other. So I think the molten iron comes out of the left-hand side. So I'm just going to drag those forward for now. Yep, that is the molten iron. Okay, so that means now for the molten slag, like I was saying earlier, that we finally learned how to do this. So for the molten slag, we're going to take a fluid conditioner. I'm going to put it over here just so it's kind of out of the way. And then I'm going to hook up pipes to connect these, the output of these two, to the input of that one right there. Alright, there we go. Molten slag is being pumped into the fluid conditioner. Now for all the slag and sulfur here, I'm just going to sink everything. So in front of this, I'm just going to put a sink, and then also I have to put in another one of those cooling platform CO2 chimneys. So put the cooling platform, actually put this like over here. Keep it out of the way. Then the CO2 chimney can go on top of that. Then we just grab a pipe and bring that down. Not worried about making it too pretty for now, it's okay. So that's the CO2 feeding the CO2. Hello? Sounds like there's one of those angry flowers underneath me. That's funny. I don't actually think they'll be able to get me up here. That's fine. So we got the CO2 chimney in there, and then we are going to... that's all done. Oh yeah, gonna do the awesome sink in front of this. Okay, awesome sink is in. That'll take in our cold slag and our sulfur, and then the carbon dioxide gets vented off into this chimney, and that is the perfect way to deal with the slag for now. And that leaves us the ability to now play with. We get 30 molten iron from here and 30 molten iron from here. So now if we go to where we actually set up the steel ones, we grab those. So we're going to put in I think it's two more flexible blast furnaces. So we're going to go, we'll set them up over here, and then I'm going to space them apart. So I'm going to go like one there, and then one a little further over. And so these are going to do molten steel. Just take molten iron, coal, and air. So this is where we're going to need to put in some air, or I think it's probably just one air extractor should do us just fine. And then the coal comes from over there. We'll wrap that around, bring it over. And then the molten steel or molten iron, I'm assuming I don't know if it matters which one you put like the inputs to. So hopefully I could like maybe I could take these. I'll put like one here. And then same with the other one. Just bring it down. Alright, so the molten iron is flowing in on those sides. So now what do we need for the other one? The other one is the air, right? Okay, so that seems pretty straightforward. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to set that up. Where's the production for it? Air collector. So I think it's like tall. We could go. Yeah, I think we would go through the ceiling. So I'm gonna put like a separate little air collector platform out off the side here, just so it kind of fits in a little bit better. I think that works. Just gonna give myself a little bit extra space here. There we go. Air collector. What do you give me per minute? Let's find out, because this will determine if I have to build 2 or not. So I produce 36 cubic meters of air per minute. I need 15. Easy. So I need 30 technically. So we'll go set that to be 30. And then I'm assuming these, since it's air, doesn't actually need like head lift on the pipe. So we'll just hook these up to these two, and then we should be ready to bring the coal over. All right, we got air, we got iron, and last but not least, we got to bring over the coal. And then after that, we'll have molten steel and more molten, which means I have to do I should really make a blueprint of this like molten slag setup. I'm going to do the same thing again. Actually, I wonder, so how much can this handle at once? This can take 75 cubic meters. Maybe I can just loop this back around, because this is 20. What would this give me? So that'd be 40. Okay, so technically I can just loop the slag out of there and pump it into here. Oh, perfect. I actually have an opening on this pipe. So yeah, we'll just pump all the slag into there. And then that should take care of that, no problem. Beautiful. Alright, looks like we got some coal arriving now. I ended up just using lifts to get it up and over this pipe because I was like, well, things didn't exactly... Definitely going to be used when we come back to this mod in the future. Going to be seeing a lot more subfloors getting used because there's so much like crossovers and things kind of need to go all over the place. So I think definitely for the future, subfloors for everybody. So now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to hook up the 2 outputs from the molten slag here. We're going to pump that into there so I don't have to make another copy of all that. So we're just going to bring that over here. Hopefully straight in line with everything. So I'll just bring it to there for now. And then what I'll do is, because the slag comes out on the right side here, I'll go with the pipeline. Actually, you know what? I should probably not bring it down just yet. We'll just keep it up. And then we'll pipe it all up and we'll just run like a pipe across here, and then I'll just do junctions across and may need... Actually, no, because I didn't need pumps on that one, so shouldn't need pumps on this one either. There we go. Our molten slag problems are a thing of the past, and now all we gotta worry about is this beautiful, beautiful 30 molten steel per minute. So, for the molten steel, we can now go into the solidifier. Go on here. We can take... For this one, we'll do the steel ingot. That'll take this 30 molten steel per minute. Oh, I actually need water for these too. Oh, and they put out steam. All right, so this is gonna be a little bit more complicated than I thought. So we got the molten steel. That's the easy part. Let's just kind of hook that up right now. that on that side. And then we're going to do another one over here. Give myself some room in between. Take that molten steel, pump that into that side. And then that'll leave me the freedom to, oh, this is actually so much easier than I thought, because the water line's right here. So if I can get this hooked up here, put it on this on this little junction here. There we go. Oh, ran out of concrete. I'm gonna have to run and grab some of that. Yeah, so this is just gonna bring the water over that we're gonna need. I'm probably gonna bump that up a little bit more. We'll have to do the quick water calculations of how much we're actually gonna need. But yeah, we hook this water pipe into here. And that should be cooling our... So the other one was steel ingot. This one's going to be the steel rods. Because you need the steel rods for the steel screws. And I mean, I need steel rods for other things too. So let's get this water hooked up and then we're good to go. Alright, the pipes are a bit of a mess. But we got water in the system now. Which means we've got steel production happening, baby. Let's go. So now the only thing we need to finish this off, I mean among the constructors that we're going to need, I'm going to add maybe just a little bit more off the side here to put in the steam cooling tower that we're going to need. So we're going to cooling platform, pop that in right there. I mean, I guess I didn't really. Yeah, I kind of needed it. Well, not really. You kind of squeeze that in there. But anyway, just give myself some more space. So there we go. Cooling tower. Need the steam cooling tower. And then we're going to be taking this steam that's going to be coming out of here, which I'm assuming probably just comes out of these two. I'm going to do another like higher up thing just so they can kind of go up and over. So we'll do as high a pipeline support as we can go. And we'll just drag that all the way down here. And we're going to grab some junctions. One there, and one there. Throw our pipes down into there. And take those out now. Actually, can't take this out, still need this part. Pop that in like that for now. That is all the steam being dealt with. Correct? Correct. Because that puts out 22.4. This puts out 15. And this can handle hundreds, way more than necessary. Okay, that's nice. So now we can go ahead and throw down. We'll start. Maybe we'll do a splitter. We'll keep half of these as rods, and then we'll turn the other half into screws. Let's see what the recipe's like. Grab our constructor here. We go to steel screw, 40 per minute. So I have a feeling I'm going to need more of the steel screws than I am going to need the steel rod, just based on how the other screws were. So I think what I'll do is I'll make 80 of them into steel screws, and then 40 can just go to be the steel rods. So we got 40 steel rods per minute, and then we'll have 80 steel screws per minute. And then this one that's making the steel ingots, I'm going to pull out of there right now. Those ones, start with the constructor here. Those are going to be making, we got steel beams, those take 60. Okay, and then what's the other one? The steel pipes. The steel pipes, that's 40. Okay, so let's do one constructor for the steel beams. And like 1.5 constructors for the steel pipes. Just to use up that little extra bonus bit. I think that'll work. So here, let me just skip ahead through the night so you guys aren't stuck here in the dark, and then we can go from there. Alright, new sun has come up. We got steel rods on one belt, steel ingots on another. So like I said, we're going to do 2.5 constructors is going to be taking from our ingots here. So those can just go right here. Go 1. All right next to each other. 1, 2, and 3. So the first one here is going to be taking steel pipes, but only at half. This is going to be doing steel pipes at normal. And then this is going to be my steel beams. And then for the rods here on the back, we're going to take 2 more constructors. This. Set these to do steel screws. And then we can just kind of hook these up accordingly. There we go. We got some splitters hooked up to feed our steel pipes and beams. And then we got our splitter over here. Like I said, I want to do 2 of these. So that's 80 totals taken off of there. 4 of the steel rods for 100 steel screws per minute. And then it's also giving me an extra 20 steel rods per minute, just in case for whatever I need those for crafting, unlocking stuff. Need those for those water turbines, actually. So now that we have those all set up and ready to go, we can go ahead and hook these up. We're going to want a merger off the back of this one. Just like that. Could be Mark 1 conveyor belts going into it. But this is going to be 100 total, so you are going to want to grab your Mark 2 conveyor belt to put it into a storage container. Speaking of which, there's our storage container there. Grab our Mark 2 conveyor belt, put it in there. And then we're going to need 2 storage containers here, and we're also going to need another merger here. So we're going to go merger right there. And then storage box there and there. These can just be Mark 1 conveyor belts, I believe. And then we just gotta hook these constructors up to power. I'm gonna bring that over here. We just need to hook up into one of these, bring that over, drop that along the back. You can't daisy chain constructors together, unfortunately. God, if only you could, right? There we go. That is everybody all hooked up to power now. So I believe that technically is all my steel production ready to go. I may just have to go empty out a few of those to make those actually run like at 100% efficiency, because I mean, I think I let myself get a little extra backed up there. But yeah, that is technically all our steel production done for voice crack there. I got so excited. Man, what a crazy complicated setup just for steel production. And all this really gets us is like the most small basic numbers of everything we could possibly go for in the beginning. I mean, this is basically, I feel like an even more basic starter setup for steel is possible, where you're doing even less per minute of everything. But I mean, at least this way I get a little bit of everything, and everything is, I mean, as far as I can tell, aside from the miners, I downclocked every machine that had to be downclocked, so that this whole system should be working fully smooth once everything kind of balances itself out. May have to adjust the water in a little bit, but that's okay. Get our steam going in there. Steel's all flowing through here. I put too many power poles down, that's fine. Screws are filling up pretty quickly. Got our plates, got our pipes. Let's see what we got for rods over here already. Take some of those. And then we're going to head back to the base, and then we're going to unlock water turbines. Alright, back at the base, we are here and ready to unlock the hydroelectric power. And we got the steel rods here ready to go. We can send that off. and that could be a fun little project for the next episode. We're definitely going to need to expand our power grid because I am definitely, my max consumption is not way higher, but definitely higher than my actual capacity. So we are going to have to come up with some more power in the next episode. So thankfully, we can now make water turbines. Generates 8, 20, or 50 megawatts depending on the nodes placed on it. I mean, that'll be great. Hopefully we can find a good handful of them. So some sploosh power for your factory with no item input, which sounds great. It sounds like similar to the wind turbines, except, a little bit more reliable. So we just have to craft up some rotor blades for next time, but that's about it. So I appreciate you guys being here for another episode. Sorry if it was a bit of a shorter one, but we're getting pretty much. I'm super pressed for time. I'm like towards the end of my packing up for moving right now. I think I leave on like September 6th, though. It's gonna be quite the journey. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here for another episode of Satisfactory Modded. Thank you guys for the support on the channel, the support on the series, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.